Hey everyone, it's Rob Ryder on August 13th, 2013, and that would be a Tuesday. It's just kind of an idea of what somebody might use as a complaint to take to the chief administrator, be he called the chief executive, county administrator, county manager, whoever it is that's over the county, which is a subdivision of the state. But what we want is that whoever has the power as the chief administrator, because they answer to the chief executive officer, which would be normally the governor. And we need to find the ordinary that has executive powers, because they're the ones that can enforce the state law, enforce any law. So without getting too involved in this and what we're going to call these people, this is just an idea. I'm sure if somebody uses this, it will look a lot different, because you may figure out the correct titles and so forth and who you want to send it to. But here's the idea. So it'd be to the county chief administrator, county of whatever the county is, write the state in. Complaint, use of assimilated legal process. Complainant would be your true name, Robert Allen Rytlewski. I'm going to put comma, son of God. You should always have an addition, right? So who are you? Right? I'm a son of God. So by use of deceit, threat, coercion, and duress, I have been made a party to a simulated legal process initiated by unknown conspirators attempting to enslave a son of God by economic means. This is a matter of sin and the exclusive jurisdiction of the local ordinary. In the simulated legal process, I guess I'd put the court case number in there and say Exhibit A, and just have a copy of the summons, complaint, whatever started the case. If you have it, if not, then just take the Exhibit A off of there, right? Again, it's just going to be evidence of what we're talking about. My idea in this piece of paper is to keep it short, sweet, and complete, and just by reference to anything else that needs to be referenced. So the plaintiff and its attorney of record, using an ecclesiastic arbitrator acting as a judge in a private court, are simulating a legal process out of the view of the state court. Instruments entered into this private arbitration, such as summons, complaint, notices, affidavits, and the like, fraught with errors and omissions ranging from fictitious plaintiffs and defendants, lack of judicial seals, improper notice, no complaint sworn by plaintiff, lack of signature, all evidence violations by the conspirators. Complainant believes a separate court case is ongoing within state jurisdiction of which complainant has not been made aware, has resulted in a default judgment against complainant and unlawful seizure of property. In the name of the Lord, complainant demands an immediate temporary injunction in court proceedings, an order for hearing to show cause why plaintiff's attorney of record should not be held in contempt of court, the investigation of other crimes by unknown conspirators, a final decree determining the rights, title, and interest of the disputed property in favor of complainant. As God is my witness, I swear to everything I have written in this petition as true and correct. And date it. Signed. Again, I think signed is supposed to be just your name needs to be on there, and however you put your signature is really just your mark. But do we do this in the true real name? Do we do it in the true name? Do we do it how? Well, I'm going to use my true name, because that is what my true name is, and I can give them a baptismal certificate to back it up. I might even do that. I might even mention it in this about the baptismal certificate. But on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you don't have much room, and I didn't want to write a lot more. So signed, and then sign it, and then care of. And so you always get mail in your all capital letter name, right? So your address is the address of your business, which is your all capital letter name. So care of, all caps, 10955 14 Mile Road, Rockford, Michigan. Right? It doesn't mean that I'm attaching myself to the state in any way. I'm just saying, if you want to get a hold of me, care of my business at this address. And put my phone number, And then I would CC a copy to the office of the chief executive. And who would that be? Well, according to this, in New Jersey it says, in the state of New Jersey, the office of the chief executive, also referred to as the governor's office, includes the governor along with staff responsible for execution of the governor's constitutional powers and duties. So I want to send it to the office of the chief executive, CC, so that whoever needs to see it, it's going to the right office. They're going to figure out what to do with it. Do I need to put office of chief executive, state of Michigan? I don't know. I don't think I do. I'm going to try to cover that up here, right? I'm just going to call whoever it is the chief administrator of the county, define what the county is, the state that it's in, what the complaint's for, what they're doing, and then after this is done, take it to a notary just to have them witness your signature. Right? I'm not taking an oath or anything else. God is my witness. As God is my witness, I swear to everything I have written in this petition as true and correct. All right? So can you live with this? That's why you want to say as little as possible. You got less to swear to. All right? But guaranteed, the instruments entered into this, it's a private arbitration. There's no frickin' judicial seals or anything. So it can't be a state court case. It doesn't have any judicial seals. And I say it's an ecclesiastic arbitrator acting as a judge, right? He's assumed the office of judge. It's a private court, and they're simulating a legal process out of view of the state court. And the reason I say that is when you look at contempt of court, how you would charge for it in Michigan, it talks about when attorneys and stuff put stuff into these court cases, it's considered indirect contempt of court. Well, how can it be indirect if it's put into the court case and the judge has a copy of it in front of him? Especially, we've pointed this stuff out in court cases on sworn complaints, and they didn't pay any attention to it. What they say is you're not following the procedure. Because the procedure is you have a complaint against an officer of the court. And as an officer of the court, he does work under the state. And so he is under the supervision of the county chief administrator. And because it's a sin, it's the exclusive jurisdiction of the local ordinary. And again, the Constitution, any Constitution, please get this in your head, any Constitution is an ecclesiastic ordinance. It's a religious ordinance. The problem we have here in America is all of our constitutions, these religious ordinances, right, were developed by slave owners. Go figure. Got a constitution for a slave owner. What the, why do you care about that damn constitution? It has nothing to do with you except to make you a slave. It's a constitution, ecclesiastic ordinance between a group of people saying they're Christians who are actually Protestants acting as false Jews who want to use the Old Testament against you. And they pass all these laws because they don't think God did enough. They don't believe God has anything to do with the state. They want separation of church and state. But the Constitution was written by slave owners. And that goes from the first white man in England or in Europe that was sent here as an indentured servant to all the people of color who came afterwards. Man, they treated us all the same. We live in a society of free labor. The idea is you're going to work your whole life, work your ass off, and when you're done, they're just going to take all your stuff. You will have worked for them for free. It's a great system. Been going on. That's the system that won out in the Civil War. Are we going to have slavery and call people property? That doesn't look so good. Or we just have them free labor, right? We'll just have them go work and take their shit. But the whole reason for writing the Constitution in the first place was to go take the Indians' shit, right? To have some corporation to put it under once they took it. So, because it is an ecclesiastic ordinance, there is some ordinary who has it's an ecclesiastic jurisdiction, and there's an ordinary that has executive, legislative, and judicial powers. And he may have delegated those to different offices, but as the executive, they kept the executive powers. That's the power to govern, and that's the idea. So we've been taking our complaints to the judicial branch, which only judges by the law, and we don't want to take it to the legislative branch, which is the commissioners, because they only make the law. We need to go to the office that enforces the law, and that's the executive branch. And let's see what happens. So again, this is just quick and dirty. I'm trying to get it on one page. If you want to write more, I'm just giving you an idea. I don't think we need to get too specific into into a particular case or anything else, right? That the record will speak for itself. And by the fact that they have allowed instruments to be put under notary seal, like a clerk seal, because a clerk, they can give an oath and so forth. They're a notary. Everybody's holding the office of a notary one way or the other. Attorneys are holding the office of notary. Well, once it goes under that seal, it just became an ecclesiastic matter, and they've agreed to let the bishop rule on the case. We're just not in front of the bishop, the local ordinary. I don't know who he is exactly, but I really don't care. So, write up a complaint like this, go get a notary to seal it for you, send a copy to the office of the chief executive, care of the governor's office, and whatever the address is, and send a copy to the archbishop of the province that you're in. Right? I don't know who else to send it to. At this point, just see if they do anything with it. But okay, I just want to do a short video because I'm going to send this on an email soon, and if you wonder what it's about, well, don't ask me any more than I've given you right now. You're going to have to figure the rest out, how you want to write it for you. And if you don't get the email, don't ask me to send this to you. If you're watching the video, just stop it. It isn't that long. Start writing the words down. It'll take you 10 minutes. You'll be all done. So that's what I had. Okay. See what happens next. See y'all. Bye.